Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Level Uploading. Fight Feeling Space Facts with yours truly, Shay. I have an amazing and special treat for you guys. I know y'all tired of hearing me all the time. So at least now, this time, you'll get a little different something for the people. So I do have my friend here, Cordria. Yeah, she's going to be talking about women's health issues with us. I'll let her introduce herself and kind of give us like a little preview of what we're going to be talking about today. Hey, girl.
Hey, honey. Hello, everyone. My name is Cordria Scott. I am a mompreneur, a
Hey.
womanpreneur, entrepreneur, bosspreneur, all that good stuff. And I was very enlightened when I was asked to join this podcast this evening and to talk about things that a lot of people may be going through, and I didn't find out about it until I found out about it
Yeah.
that a lot of people is going through it. But women health in general, it's super important. It's super big. A lot of us take it lightly.
Yes.
I myself was one of them that did take it lightly, but at a young age. But I grew up and, start, getting more into it. And of course, the older we get, the more things we go through. And,
Hmm.
it's not always a bad thing though. And something that myself personally, that I'm going through, we're going to talk about is MS, multiple sclerosis. Didn't know anything about it,
Hmm.
didn't think about it, didn't think twice about it before I found out that this was something that I was going through, that I'm going through. So, yeah. And as you can see, it ain't a bad thing after all.
I know that's right.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a lot, but I've been taking it day by day. It's been a journey. It hasn't been as long as it probably will be, but I got this.
Absolutely. And like just the reason why I even invited you, of course, we've been friends for quite some time. It's actually kind of scary when I look at the time, like, dang. But I had saw you post something about you doing the walk. Was it a walk or a marathon? I think it was a walk.
Walk up the MS Walk in Chicago. Yep.
I was like, wait a minute, is she going to support somebody? And then I kind of looked. I'm like,
Wow.
wait
So
a
wait a
minute.
minute. So wait a minute. You didn't know that was the first time you knew
I
about
did.
it?
That was the first time that I reached
Really?
out to you was the first time that I knew anything about it. I don't know if I just
Wow.
missed it. If you said something on
You
your
missed the boo.
girl, you know how
Yeah.
Facebook algorithm
It's
do.
yeah, but it's been um coming up on a year.
Okay.
Not quite a year yet since I found out, but coming up on a year. And like I said, it's been a journey, but it hasn't been that long yet, and I know I still have a long way to go. So
Yeah.
it's just something that I haven't not necessarily learned to live with, but you know, the more you take care of yourself and do what you have to do, it's like it's back here like everything else.
I just really want to say that, like I said, I didn't know. So that means that you haven't missed a beat. So that's an amazing testimony to
Facts.
you, your strength, and also, of course, to God. Because,
Praise the Lord.
I mean, some people let stuff, the smallest things, take them down to the ground. And I can't tell nobody how to handle situations, but I just love to see when women are able to kind of, you know, stand in it and just face it
Do
head
what they got to do and
on.
keep going.
Exactly.
Cry in that puddle, cry in that puddle while it's there,
Because it's
and after
needed.
it dries up, just keep on moving.
Hmm. So,
Yep.
can you
So
kind of explain to us a little bit about what multiple sclerosis is?
sure. So it is basically, in a nutshell, a disease that attacks your brain and your spinal cord,
Okay.
and it affects everyone in so many different ways.
I have seen they said no case is the same. Like everybody kind of has different.
Yep. Yeah. To be honest with you, since I've had it, and like I said, it's been almost a year, I haven't met anyone whose case has been like mine.
Mm-hmm.
I have met so many different people, and it's just like the way God works is just like when I found out, I just started meeting people out of nowhere, like that had it, and I'm just like, wow, like out of nowhere. So, like I said, it's a disease that attacks your brain, your spinal cord. It could affect you in a way where you can't speak. It can disable you. Um, it can do a lot of things, different things to your body.
I mean, with your brain, of course. Yeah.
Exactly, and thank God for me. I'm at well when I started, I was at a point that it wasn't bad, but it was
Mm-hmm.
there, and of course it was affecting me because that's how I found out I had it, because it was doing something to me. But it wasn't to the point where it couldn't be treated. It wasn't to the point where, don't get me wrong, it definitely changed my life. Oh, not in not in a super drastic way where I couldn't, handle it. Of course, because I'm still here.
Yes.
So, and like you said, if I wouldn't have put that up there, and it's not just you, quite a few people, that just don't know, because I'm still living, I'm still doing this, I'm still doing that.
Yeah.
And when I found out I had it, girl, I was just like, I was in the hospital for a couple of days, for probably a little bit less than a week. And I fought them. I had to fight them to get me to stay there, because I'm like, wait a minute, I got a baby at home. I need to go home and take care of my baby.
There are things that she got to get done.
She got to go to school tomorrow. I'm fine. And they're like, no, you're not. So, it was
like,
just,
you might feel like you're fine, but
yeah,
man, we gotta
make
it.
And thank God I'm not crazy. I'm not naive. I'm not stupid. I have the good sense that my mom raised me to have.
Come on.
And, I took care of business, had to rearrange things. Of course, my partner, my life support, my partner in crime, he gonna have my back. He gonna do what he needs to do, what we need him to do. So, of course, he took care of things. But I'm just like,
but you're used to having your hand in it. Like, no matter what support you have, when you used to having a big part in it, I can understand fully just, okay, hold on now. I'll take care of that, typically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, do you mind sharing kind of like how you found out, like not necessarily specifics if you're not comfortable with that, but like the whole scenario?
I sure can. So let me tell you something. Of course I don't mind, because not only do I feel like it's something like a testimony,
Yeah.
A lot of people go through it. Like I said, a lot of people go through things, and a lot of people are scared to open up and tell their story and let people know what's going on because of whatever reasons. But, you never know who needs to hear it. So, how I found out what I was going through, I was at home one day, and basically from my waist down, all the way down to my foot, on the left side of my body, it was, kind of numb.
Mm-hmm.
I was having issues. I'm like, what's going on? Is something going on? I can walk, but it's something going on with my leg. I know it's not right.
Right, yeah. Right.
So, I kind of ignored it for a minute, let the day go past a little bit. Wasn't getting any better. I had to pick up my daughter from school, had to meet up with her dad and everything. Ended up going to the hospital. The nurse, did the little test, to pinch me and poke me and all that stuff. Yeah. I didn't feel it. I couldn't feel it. So, they were like, okay, there's something going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Something going on. So I'm like, okay. Like, well, they told the doctor what happened. The doctor immediately ordered an MRI. Okay. I've never done an MRI before. And you got some people over here saying how scary it is because they're claustrophobic and yada 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 and woo woo woo. And then you got other people over here like you'll be fine. Yeah, so I'm sitting up here like I'm okay. I'm not one of those type of people like one of those. I might be a little dramatic in some ways, but I'm not dramatic in that way. Right. So I think I can handle it. So did it. They ordered the MRI. I told them, hey, look, I gotta go get my baby. I gotta come back. So I came back, did the MRI. I was in there for a total of almost 3 hours.
Oh, they gave you the long version.
So I found out it was later on. It was 3 different tests, but I was okay until I got to maybe 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Like, come on now, or were you in pain, or you just like getting?
Listen, so it wasn't pain. It wasn't in pain because in that I don't know if you ever had an MRI before, but you have to be completely still. Yeah. You can't move. All you can do is breathe, and that's it.
That's your only.
And you're laying on your back. So I start getting stiff.
You kind of get fidgety, like antsy, like
let me
get out of here.
And I just was like, okay, I can't move. I don't want to do this over because if you start moving, they're going to have to start over. So I'm just like, let me tell you what I started doing. So I got to the point, tears started rolling down my eyes. Like they did. The tears started rolling down my face. And I started praying. And I was crying and praying. Because I'm like, I can't move. I don't want to move. I want to hurry up and get out of here. I don't want to move. I don't want to move. So I'm just praying. Then next thing I know, the man came in there. He was like, you're done. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Father. Bring me out of here.
Girl, I was glad it was over. So, later on that night, no, actually, before I left, they said to me, we need you to stay.
So, excuse
me? Not tonight.
Take your part.
Matter of fact, I left. 10 minutes after I left, they called my phone. We need you to come back. And I'm like, well, for what? Well, we need you to stay. Nope, I'll be back tomorrow, but I'm not coming back tonight. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I know there's something going on. Yeah. We found something. We need you to come back. I'll see y'all tomorrow. So I took my baby to school, act like, the day was going on. Took her to school. The next day, I came back. They said, this is what we see. We see this on your brain, these spots on your brain, and we see spots on your spinal cord. And I said, okay. All right.
Like what?
What is it?
Like what?
What is it? And they like, you have, it looks like you have multiple sclerosis. We need to put you on a steroid. We need to put you on this. We need to put you on that. We need to admit you. And I'm just like, okay, well, look, this is a lot. I have a daughter. I need to do some thinking. Yeah. Y'all need to let me put this together.
Yeah, you got to do a lot of stuff. You can't just tell me, put me on medicine. I haven't looked up anything. I haven't researched anything.
So my mom is a nurse. My aunt is a nurse. I'm calling them. I'm letting them know what's going on or whatever. I tell them, listen, I tell them again, I'll be back. I know I got to come back because listen, I'm not stupid. I told you. Yeah. God gives you everything you need, but he also tells you to be smart, be wise, don't be stupid. So I know I got to come back. I know I'm coming back anyway. Yep. So I tell him I'll come back. I'll be back. Let me go do what I got to do. I'll let my family know what's up. I'll let my fiance know what's up. I'll let my daughter know what's up. I'm probably going to have to stay here for a couple of days. And I end up staying in the hospital for like 4 or 5 days. Every day they was giving me, steroids to help because the stuff with my leg, they had to help me with that. So because it was to the point where I almost couldn't move my foot all the way, and it was the tingling. We had to get rid of the tingling and the numbness and everything. Mm-hmm. So I was in the hospital on steroids. Listen, when I tell you that I haven't talked to God like that in a long time, when you laying in the hospital bed and you can't do the things that you do on a regular basis, what you do every single day, it's just like, oh my God. So now, either you're going to sit here and be miserable, or you're going to sit here and talk to God and figure out what to do next.
And find some peace. Because, baby, ain't nothing like talking to him to find some peace. I don't
And
care
that's what
what
I
book.
did. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
I talked to my mom, I talked to my baby, I talked to my family, talked to my fiance every single day. He came up there. Willow couldn't come to the hospital because of COVID or whatever.
Okay.
And that was fine with me. I didn't want her in there anyway. My fiance came up there a couple of times, and it was just like, when I got out, it was game time. I got out. I started doing my pop-up shops every month, and girl, I was going through because these doggone steroids had me gaining all this weight that I haven't had since I was like 9 months pregnant. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to worry about that. But the things I had to do, had to change my eating, get rid of the sweets, try to work out a little bit more and everything like that. Yeah. Fine, that's cool. I'm good with that because I do this anyway. It was hard to get rid of them sweets.
Baby, it's like crack.
Stop it. Get some help.
That was something I had to do, but and it's just, listen, it's been a journey. I haven't had, so I also started a treatment. I actually not too long ago just got my second treatment, and it's been going good. It's working. So I just get an infusion.
Okay.
Infusion, and I'm at the hospital for a couple of hours, and then get the infusion. Once it's done, I can get up and walk out, drive myself, wherever. Okay. And I've had like I said, I've had my second one, and I said it's working because according to my latest MRI, spots are clearing away. There are no new spots. Okay. So, God is good. And I can still do everything that I'm doing. So I've started working at my daughter's school since then. I'm on my toes 20 hours a day.
Do more than I do, and I be in here. I be like, stop.
Listen, so it's just like, it ain't easy. Life ain't been easy.
Yeah.
But I thank God that I have the disease, but it don't have me.
Oh yeah.
It don't have me on lockdown. Yeah. I'm handling it. So I don't know how it's gonna be months from now, but I know God got me now, and we good.
And what's so, I don't want to say crazy, but we almost need moments. I ain't saying we need life-changing diseases and things like that, but I mean, we need to just bring us back to God fully and our relationship.
Girl, yeah. You got to go through some things to get to some things, for real. For real. So
the eye-opening experiences that I myself have had with my own health stuff is like, I just applaud you for just not being mad. You know how some people can get into that space of being upset at God and why me and how can you do this?
Listen, hey,
you did not take.
I was in the hospital and I had my moment to do all of that crying and asking all of those questions. Yeah. In my own space, my own peace.
Yeah.
And where I know I would find peace, because now I'm by myself. And I don't have no choice but to talk to him, and then when I'm by myself, now I can hear him. I'm listening. So I know what's up. Like I was angry for a long time. I take that back. I was not angry for a long time. I was angry for a minute. And, like I said, since then, a lot of things have changed in my life. God has used me in a whole different way, and continues to do that. And like I said, it's just, it's just a matter of time before I'm going through the next stage of my life, because I feel myself elevating so much every day. So it's just like, not to brag, not to toot my own horn.
Level uploading.
So it's just, it's the thing. I'm not the only one going through it, so I'm okay. I'm not asking why me no more. I don't have to ask me why me no more. I'm good.
What's so crazy to me is the fact that we all be going through stuff, and some people are transparent and some people aren't. You know, I get that part of it.
And that's okay.
And listen, we need listeners and we need talkers. You know what I'm
Hello.
saying? And as a person who's a talker, I'm just thankful that you were courageous enough and willing to come and share your story because who do you know? We probably have so many people in our lives who either have or will experience either this
Yeah.
or something that I'm going through. Never just having spaces where we can talk and not
Yep.
be in secret and dealing with these things.
It's hard. It's hard, but like you said, we people gotta. This is just like motivation, inspiration for the next person,
Yeah.
and that's all I want it to be. I love, like I said, I work at a school now, in a grammar school, kindergarten through 8th grade, and I love being that person that all the babies, every age, can come to.
You
Hey,
always
Miss
been like
Scott,
that.
girl, like, and I've never worked in a school in my life, but the way that I have flocked and attached and grown, and then the kids teach you so much, it makes no sense. It's just like, wow, I'm up in here learning, and I'm not even enrolled.
And I'm getting paid. You win.
So, but yeah, it's everything's been great, girl. Life has been good. My child is growing up too fast. Slow down.
And getting tall.
You see her?
Looking like you.
Hello.
I'm like, oh my God. I just remember, this is just a blast from the past. I remember us at Danielle housewarming thing when you saw Willow and she was a little arm baby. And
Girl.
baby, she was just too much. Like she was the sweetest baby in the world.
And now, girl, I remember 3 years ago from the difference from now. I just be like, Lord have mercy. My child is like almost a preteen, and what am I gonna do? Jesus, please help me take the wheel.
Time waits for no man. That's. I'm glad that she is doing good. Have you divulged any of this to her? Like, how is she taking?
She my rider, my girl.
As expected.
She's my rider. She going like you seen her picture at the walk, right? She was gone. Yep. She had her friends out there and everything. She, Willow, and even before then, she my right hand for real. She's good. As long as I'm good, she good. So I have to keep myself and composed, like just calm around her, cause you don't, now she going off.
Well, is there anything that you would kind of wish that people did know about MS? Like the misconception, or even like something a tip that you can tell people to look for. Now I know every situation is different, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint, but
yeah, but you know what? So as far as things to look for, I would just look for things when it comes to, because it deals with the nervous system. Mm-hmm. So I would look for things when it comes to how you operate and how your limbs and how you feeling, and numbness and stiffness and things like that. And one thing it also does, and thank God it hasn't done this to me, but it will cause your brain to not be able to control your body and what's going on, and that can happen with a lot of people. Thank God,
and we
thank you, Jesus. It's a number of different things, but what I would encourage people to do, like, don't be scared to research it. Yeah. Look it up. Yeah. It's a lot of different things that you can find out about it. Like I said, I researched a lot of it because now I need to know everything what's going on. I need to know why I'm feeling like this. I've had episodes where my ankles will swell, and because of standing up too long, my knees meter, and I'm like, I'm just getting old. But no, I'm close. I'm almost. We knocking on 40. We almost there.
I personally can't wait. I feel like I will be.
Listen, me too, because I know it's gonna be a great thing. But yeah, and just don't be afraid of it. If it don't make us no different. It don't make nobody no different just because they, I'm not gonna say it's just like every other disease, because it's not. And that can be on the good side or the bad side.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's there. A lot of people got it recently. I ain't gonna put nothing out there, but people be saying stuff about, you know. Let me just shut up. I ain't gonna put it out there. Like stuff with COVID and stuff like that. So, you know.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, good. So you already know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, whatever. You know.
Well, one thing I can say, especially as a woman, a Black woman who has unfortunately had to be in the hospital for multiple different situations, I'm just thankful that they were diligent and really took your case seriously and not just to dismiss you, because that has been a problem so much in healthcare. Like, oh, you're fine. You probably just hit a nerve and see you home. It's like, no,
right.
Take me seriously.
Yeah. And we gotta, you know, like people don't, you know, that's true. That is very much true. But we also have to be smart and be mindful of ourselves, because the next person is not gonna do it for you. So I did go and get another what's the word I'm looking for? Second opinion. I went to another hospital, got a second opinion, yada. They said the same thing. So now I'm getting treated where I got my second opinion at. And I love my doctors. I love the people that I work with. I love everybody at the hospital. It's, you know, it's good. It's good.
I'm glad that I think that the support system, the relationship with God, and just having, like you said, like you have your fiance, your daughter, something to actually keep you going. You don't have the option, unfortunately, to ball up.
Of course.
You gotta push through. So I think that combined always is gonna make for what's the word? A victory. I'm gonna keep you prayed up.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate it.
Listen, and please pray for me too, okay? Because we are.
Of course, always.
But I am definitely so happy that you came on today. I hope that this.
I'm glad you invited me.
I'm glad you said yes. I was like so excited.
I was like, is she serious? Of course, duh.
Well, you know, everybody is not open, or they say they are, and then they kind of tick them out. They be like, "Oh, do I want to tell my business?"
I've been on my calendar for the last week. I'm like, listen, I know this is coming up. I gotta look at my calendar.
Yeah, so like, you pick a day that works for you, and I'll work that thing on out.
Facts. Thank
you. I appreciate you so much. Do you have anything that you want to share as far as people reaching out to you, or any of your anything you want to
Well, I mean, you know, if anybody have any questions, I love educating and helping people and talking to people and motivating people about about any, not just this disease, because like I said, I have it. It does not have me. Anything, you know,
you're like Jane of all trades.
Listen, that's probably why I can't figure out what to, like, everything, you know, I do it all, I do a lot. Right. But yeah, Cordria Scott on Facebook. I don't know my Instagram name, but yeah, it's linked to my Facebook.
Okay, I will find the stuff and I'm gonna put it in the description and everything.
Thank you, baby. Thank you, honey. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on. This has been a great moment, a great opportunity. Like I said, I love sharing my story, and everybody needs to hear it, you know.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course, babe.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please make sure that if you do have any questions, do your own research too. Don't be bugging my friend. But at the same time, you know, if she's willing to answer DMs or anything like that.
Of course.
All right. Well, this has been another episode of Level Uploaded. Space Facts. Sitting up in my room with Cordria.
Hey.
All right, guys. You all have a good one. Bye.